past few decades, a handful of scientists have come up with big futuristic ways to fight global warming. Before this century is over, billions of us will die, and the few breeding pairs of people that survive will be in the Arctic, where the climate remains tolerable. First, solution. To control the climate this way, some aerosol substances must be put into the lower stratosphere to absorb a part of sunlight. Hundreds of thousands of tons of metallic scatterers would be ejected into the upper atmosphere under the plans. Extreme technological fixes include deploying tens of billions of wafer-thin metal plates less than a centimeter wide into the Earth's low orbit via space rockets. In addition, billions of tiny barrage balloons could serve as a secondary barrier to block rays from the Earth's nearest star. Similar solutions include the release of massive nets of ultrafine metal mesh into the upper atmosphere by aircraft to prevent the sun's rays from reaching Earth. Millions of metallic balloons like children's party would be filled with helium and released until they reach the stratosphere. Trapped in parcels of air, they would stay up for about 5 years before falling to Earth and being replaced. All the methods are designed to block 1% of the sun's rays, enough to protect at least 1 million square kilometers of the Earth, and cool the planet. Inspiration came from studying the effects of volcanic eruptions in Indonesia in 1814. Second, solution. Pumping nutrients into the world's oceans remains another weapon under consideration. This would encourage the growth of vast underwater algae blooms to absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Large-scale ocean fertilization could act as a substitute for the world's disappearing forests, which act as a huge natural sponge for soaking up carbon dioxide from the air. Both as ways to reflect more sunlight into space. We fertilize the sea with iron, creating vast blooms of plants that would gulp down tons of carbon dioxide, and, as the plants died, drag the carbon into the abyss. We don't know what the precise effects would be, whether the cure would be better or worse than the disease. Other plans called for reflective films to be laid over deserts or white plastic islands to be floated on the world's oceans. Third, solution. Massive floating cloud-making machines could also become a feature of the oceans. These solar-powered contraptions would spray seawater droplets of a precise size into the sky to help encourage the formation of low-level clouds. The fact that the top experts in the field are saying it's necessary shows it's a sad state of affairs, said Steve Sawyer. Fourth, solution. Our calculations have shown that injecting 1 million tons of sulfur a year would cool down the climate. Giant cannons or balloons disperse the sulfur to offset the build-up of greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, largely released by burning fossil fuels in power plants. factories and vehicles. It will increase crop yields. Plants would be less damaged by the sun's harmful rays. The scheme would create more spectacular sunrises and sunsets, deeper blue skies, and would reduce the cancer risk for sunbathers and children.